Good morning and welcome to Module 1, Week 1. This is my second attempt at recording. I apologize to anybody who tried to access the first recording and the audio was just a hot mess. So what I'm going to do in my lecture recordings is kind of point out the things that you're going to be looking for during your readings and your supplemental materials for that module, and then give you some real-life examples of the things that you'll be reading about in the modules for that week. So this week in Module 1, you're going to be looking at the generalist intervention model. You're going to be diving deep into your professional values and ethics and your personal values, how they intersect with each other. We're going to look at priority and work-life balance, but really work-life priority. And then we're going to talk about client empowerment, strength, and resiliency. So first, the generalist intervention model has a foundation of knowledge, skills, and values. And what I really appreciate about the generalist model is that it can be used on all three levels of social work with micro, meso, and macro. And so I want to share with you a few ways that I, with my grant, Building Community Wellbeing at the Brighton Center in Northern Kentucky, utilize the generalist intervention model on all three levels. So one of the strategies in the grant that I am working on is that we work with the Parent Advisory Board. So our Parent Advisory Board is part of our steering committee, which helps us co-create, assess, and revise all the strategies we're using within our grant. Those strategies are working on a customer-facing level and also on a systemic change-facing level. And the goal of this grant is to mitigate engagement with the child welfare system due to racial inequity and poverty conflated for neglect. So our Parent Advisory Board is made up of individuals that have lived expertise. So right there we are providing we're lifting up the voices of those with lived expertise, right? So we're empowering our clients. But I want to tell you something. I don't really like the phrase empowering. It still gives this notion that I somehow am giving power to someone else, but in reality, this power is already within them. The way that I look at it is that I have a tool that they don't know about. I make the tool available. They choose whether they want to access that tool or not. So they are empowering themselves to use resources that are available to them. Making a resource known or accessible is not empowering someone at all. They are choosing to be empowered. All right, tangent finished. So our Parent Advisory Board works on a micro level because we're working individually with community members and families. It works on a meso level because within our grant we have core partners, and we also have partners throughout our whole community that are coming together to strengthen the primary prevention system and transform the child welfare system so it better serves our families and keeps our families together. And on that level, we provide a strategy. We're providing a strategy that's a training strategy. That's a credential that will help work with those community partners to change the mental models that they have for families that are navigating primary prevention systems and possibly the child welfare system. And then on a macro level, our grant has a core partner with our Department of Community-Based Services, which is Cabinet in the state of Kentucky, that houses Child Protective Services and our prevention services for our families. So we have opportunity to change policy and practice at the highest state level. Now with this grant, if we test strategies along with the 6 other demonstration sites in our grant, so in demonstration means that we are tasked with creating strategies, testing them to see what works and what doesn't work. Well, if we have strategies at the end of this grant that are evidence-based, then those strategies will get rolled out across the nation. So if you have any questions about those, please let me know. Other ways that we practice on a meso and micro level are through some strategies called Community Wellbeing Alliance, which provides opportunities for providers within the primary prevention system in Northern Kentucky to gather together to figure out what their roles are, how our roles intersect, and where are the gaps within the primary prevention area. And we also have another alliance called the Safety Net Alliance, which focuses on the same idea, but when we look at secondary and tertiary prevention as opposed to primary prevention. Sorry. So those are the things that you're going to be looking at in Module 1. Let's talk a little bit about professional ethics and boundaries. So the best way to know what our professional ethics are to align yourself with the NASW's Code of Ethics. And I have provided a link below this video to link you to the Code of Ethics. And it's really what we use as social workers to help us know what to do, right? But what do we do when we don't know what to do? Because not everything is black and white. And we're in the profession of like humanity, right? It is important to have a mentor, someone who's more experienced and more knowledgeable than you, to talk about when it comes to our professional ethics and boundaries. And then what the heck do we do when they don't align with our personal ethics? So if you can take a minute to think about where is a domain of your life or an area of your life where your personal ethics may be challenged, or your personal boundaries may be challenged by our professional ethics and values, and what do you do when that occurs? So you can pause this video and take a minute to do that if you'd like, or take a minute when this video is finished. What I do, because I've seen my personal values be challenged by our professional values and ethics, is that number one, I seek out my mentor and I be honest and open with my mentor or my supervisor about the challenging I'm having. And then I look within to see why are they not aligning, right? And then you have to make a decision. Can you continue to do your job ethically as a social worker, or do this task, right? This particular task, work with this particular customer, family, or client, and still be ethical? And if you can't, then what are you going to do about it? And what I'm going to leave you with, because what you'll see is our videos are going to be about 8 minutes long. And if you have additional questions or need additional guidance, please reach out to me. All my contact information is in the syllabus, and it's in the get to know your instructor part of Mod 0. But this idea of work-life balance, right? A couple months ago, I heard a speaker who took the idea of work-life balance and said, it's not work-life balance at all. It's work-life priorities. And the way they explained it really created an aha moment for me and kind of freed me up from some guilt and some stuff I'd been carrying. And that's there's never going to be a balance of work and life. At any point in time, at any moment, any hour, any day, any week, any month, whatever, one of them is going to be demanding more time and more energy than the other. And that's okay. It's okay. So it's more about work-life priorities, because when you can understand that it's not about this continual struggle to make it a balance, but to recognize where the priority lies and to move your energy and your time in that direction of the priority, then it frees you up from that shame and that guilt that you may be feeling of neglecting the other side. Also creates opportunity for open, honest communications, and it allows you to be your better self and a better social worker. So thank you for letting me join you here in week 1. Thank you for your patience with the videos. If there's anything I can do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out. Y'all have a great week, and I'll see you in week 2, Mod 2.